Hello, my name is Racyne Parker. It is so nice to meet you. I'm an independent country-leaning singer-songwriter based out of Denver, Colorado, but originally from Southern Oregon. My music really draws on my experiences living in a small town, leaving a small town, learning and loving throughout my 20s, and finding joy in the little moments because sometimes it gets a little bit heavy out here. I originally got my start with music as a little kid. My dad is a singer-songwriter and has had a band for as long as I can remember. And when I was a little kid, I would fall asleep on the couch while they were practicing their George Strait covers, their Eagles covers, and some of their original tunes too. That couch was in our barn-turned-studio room, and they would play dive bars and county fairs, and at some of those county fairs, I remember coming up on stage as just a little kid and the drummer handed me a tambourine and me being completely off rhythm, but I was so excited to shake that tambourine. And I also got to sing backup vocals because I knew every song. That's where I really even learned that pursuing music was an option. It would be a long time before I would do that for myself. It wasn't until after college that I really pursued a career in music, but I am so glad to be here now with you all, especially to tell you about my new song, Here in the Middle. Here in the Middle, I think, would go great next to Kacey Musgraves, Miranda Lambert, Maggie Rogers, Taylor Swift, any of those gals on your playlists. I think this song will fit in really well next to. And in fact, all of those women I have drawn massive inspiration from over the course of my life, and so I would love to be next to them on your playlist. This song of mine, Here in the Middle, is a reflection on how sometimes just having to make a decision is the hardest part, because once you make it, you're free. You just do it. You get after it. And so this song is all about being right there in that place where there are no right or wrong answers. You just have to do something, and how that feeling can be really anxiety ridden, and you can find yourself overthinking and spinning out. And so that's where this song stems from. It's just reflecting on that moment right before you make your next move. I wrote the first two lines of this song and the melody to go with them as I was driving down the road thinking about my own experience of how, and I was being really hard on myself for not being further along in my musical career, but I was also fighting that with feeling proud of the fact that I was doing anything at all. And I decided, well, I like being proud of myself for what I'm doing, but I don't want to be asking what if. So being here in the middle is not my favorite feeling, and thus this song sort of wrote itself after that. A friend of mine in Denver connected me with Randall Kent out of Nashville, who was a producer and an artist in his own right. And he was so kind and enthusiastic about this song, and so I flew out to Nashville, and the first day we laid down the scratch vocals and my guitar part, and it was lucky that we were just doing scratch that day because the weekend before I had gotten a cold, so I was working so hard to not sound like I had a cold. I was pounding water and eating chicken noodle soup for days. So we recorded the scratch vocals and we did my guitar part, and then we brought in Reagan Akers and Brian Cox to do the bass and drum parts on this song. They heard the song a few times and they laid down their parts like it ain't no thing. It was just so inspiring and humbling to watch them work, and I was so grateful to them. Thank you guys. Then we brought in Blake Muller, who did steel on this track as well as lead guitar to really build out the sound, and I'm so grateful to Blake as well. All that to say, really grateful to all the guys for jumping on this track with me and bringing it to life, because it wouldn't have been possible without them. After they were done with their parts, Randy sprinkled in a few more magic touches, some more ear candy, and we sent it off to mix and master, and it was ready to go. This song, Here in the Middle, feels like a beginning of a brand new era for me. It is coming at a moment where I really feel like I'm finding my groove, becoming a better songwriter, becoming a better performer, and so I'm really excited to have this song out into the world to just get started again. I do want to let this song live a little bit on its own and just have it exist in the world, mostly because I just needed to get started again. And so we are in some early talks about music video concepts. And before I even work on something like a next project, I'm headed out on a month-ish long Pacific Northwest tour throughout Oregon and then around back into Colorado throughout the month of October and into November. So after that little run, then I'm hoping to start putting together the concepts, the plans, and choosing which songs to build on a bigger project and a next project. So hopefully within the next year, I've got more to share. But in the meantime, this song here in the middle is exactly where I want to start. It's the foundation I want to lay for this next era. In 5 years, I hope to see myself looking at an ever-growing body of work within music, surrounded by friends and community, and celebrating music and growth and adventures and change, because I don't know where I'll be in 5 years, but I know that I will be surrounded by a lot of really good folks, and that's kind of what matters. As far as quotes that I've been living by, right now I'm gonna stick with, it's not about making the best decision, it's about making the best of the decision that you make. Which is perfect for here in the middle, by the way. When I'm at a gig, 5 things that I can't forget, otherwise I feel myself getting warm and start feeling a little stressed. First thing, my water bottle with my stickers all over it. I don't like drinking with regular glasses on stage. I'm always worried I'm gonna knock them over and spill them, so I like having a water bottle with a closed lid. Obviously my guitar, that's an important one. Always have my own 1/4-inch cable. I always bring a wristwatch and I put it on the mic stand so I can make sure I don't go over in time on my set, or if I need to add an extra song in, I can do that because I'll always know what time it is. And lately, I've been wearing a lot of hats for gigs because I don't want to have to do my hair. So I just throw a hat on and it looks like I meant to do it that way, and it saves me a whole bunch of time getting ready. So those are the 5 things. If you are interested in finding me, following me, sticking with me through the journey, you can find me on all of your favorite socials: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I'm also on YouTube, and if none of those are your favorite things, then you can subscribe to my website at racyneparker.com. Regardless, at Racyne Parker, or just type my name into your search bars and we should be able to connect that way. And if you don't do any of that stuff, let's get in touch anyways. I'll send you a postcard. Huge thank you to MusicOTFuture for inviting me to come out here to talk to you about my new single, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm looking forward to getting to know you all more down the road. And until then, all the best to you. Thank you so much.